All right.
Ray, can we address the elephant in the room, Waldo? We introduced ourselves last episode.
Well, you call me fat.
Oh! Nah, I'm saying you got a big trunk.
Okay, let's get to it. The elephant in the room.
Right, yeah, we introduced ourselves last episode, didn't we? And, we just told the audience what we do. Like, you're Waldo, and you do stuff, and it's nice, and I'm Andy, I'm a professional content creator, that was air quoted, a professional content creator that teaches people how to stream and have better streams. And there was somebody in this call that just had a very, very good setup, shall we say.
Yeah, your mic, it sounded rough. And to be fair, it was even worse than the actual end result because I did some post-processing on your audio.
Oh yeah,
to make it
professional
sound
Waldo.
a little bit better. But I couldn't shake it all.
Right, can I have a little bit of defense here, right? You were like, oh yeah, everything's fine, it's great, right? And I've got a dehumidifier just here that makes a really horrible whining sound, and I completely forgot to turn it off. And you never reminded me that it wasn't there. Like the amount of time that's in YouTube videos as well. It's like
because normally when I talk to you on Discord, you sound like crack anyway. So it was listed like normal.
But we're expecting high quality here at the Games We've Missed. This is pure professional, grade A content. We can't be having whining and going... I sounded like I was talking through a bin bag.
Yeah. So what we did a little bit of a test recording, and it sounded all right. So hopefully it will also...
It sounded better.
But yeah, so welcome to the first official episode of the Games We've Missed. My name is Waldo, and I'm joined by Andy.
Heyo.
Yeah, where's the jingle?
Me and a guy, Waldo and Andy. Oh, that's three guys. I don't know, is it three guys? Me, Waldo and Andy played some games. They might have played them before, but they might have not, and they're probably not gonna like them. There you go.
Foreshadowing.
Insert jazz hands. I'm a professional musician, just going to say youtube.com/Andy Stone. That's Andy with an I. Stone, as in the rock. As in, can you smell? I don't know where I'm going to. I've had a coffee.
If your music is just as professional as your audio setup...
Nah, don't be like, mate, every song just sounds like I'm talking through a bin bag.
Bin bag Andy.
Right, that's it. That's why Beth married me.
Oh boy. Should we remind the audience what this podcast is about instead of just taking the nick at you?
Yeah, should we do it quick fire? Are you ready? This is exciting.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
You know how much I messed up the last time when I tried to explain it.
When you were like, oh, in next 2 weeks, no, it'll be week, and then we film, and then we review. Like, honestly, that was incredible, Waldo. Grade A. Do you want to try again?
Yeah. Okay. So. Shoot, I'm already messing up. Okay, so every single 2 weeks, we play a game. We play a game that we give each other to play, which is a game we most likely played ourselves when we were younger and really liked, and that the other person probably didn't play, or only played the demo, or didn't manage to finish. So every single 2 weeks, we revisit those games. I keep saying week. It's 2 weeks, Waldo. So last week, Andy gave me the assignment to play Tomba, and I gave Andy the assignment to play Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. So we played those games over the last 2 weeks. We're going to discuss them now in this first section of the podcast. And then in the second section, we are going to assign each other the next 2 games that we're going to play over the next 2 weeks. And if you want to join in, you can join in yourself by playing the games as well. We would love to hear what you think of the games that we've been playing and you might be playing. And otherwise, if you don't have the game or don't have the console or whatever, you can always join in at the streams. So for me, that's Waldo and Friends over at Twitch. And for Andy, that is Andy Lippy. Is it better?
That would be... oh, sorry. That were better. You're just a bit slow, aren't you? You know what I mean? I'd have been like, we both play games. We might like them, we might not. Join in. There you go, done.
Well, maybe you should do it next time then.
I will. I'll take my shirt off as well, so anybody watching on YouTube, they'll definitely enjoy that. Right. So anyway, should I do my roundup first, or do you want to go first? Because I already kind of know how yours is going to go because I've watched live on twitch.tv/Waldo and Friends.
Okay, maybe we should keep the audience a friend for now. And you go first.
Okay. Right, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. What a throwback. Me mum were bloody watching. She were on Twitch, wasn't she? She was just like, I remember this. I'm like, shout out to Ellie Gaz. She's in the audience. Love that. That's me mum. If you see her around, give her a nod. But, I mean, I remember a lot from the demo. Because I told you last week, I did 2 weeks ago, that I did the demo. And the first level in the game was the demo. I was like, oh my god, like I know exactly what I'm doing. I got all the carrots, got all the clocks, because you got to go around collecting these golden carrots to unlock all the levels, and also the clocks to unlock all the levels. And really weirdly, you have to like almost get 100% of the game to finish the game. And you kind of said that, and I didn't believe you.
You need like 89% to almost finish the game. It's insane.
I think you mean all the way around, like 98.
There isn't much that is like optional.
No, 100% not. But I think the golden carrots are a little bit more optional than the other stuff, because I think some of the levels, you didn't really have to get too many of them. But I got to the end of the game. I just want to say right now, we're thinking about doing forfeits for somebody that doesn't complete the games. Waldo, I finished the game. I also got 100% on the game. But, I'm not going to lie, I got to 98%, and I don't know if you want to insert a clip here, Waldo, or what, but I was losing my mind, because I was down 2%. I'm like, I finished the game. What are we saying? And there was one level that was just hiding with one clock in it. And the thing is, get this, the level is on the intro demo of the game. You know when you just sat on the main menu for ages, and it starts playing a video? Yeah? It just starts playing a video of the game. It was a demo! So I already knew that level was in the game. But I was like, oh, why have I not done that level? Have they like removed it? Was that in a beta or something like that? Like, but then I forgot this is like 1999 or whatever it were. Like, they don't do beta then. It was just ship it. Get it out. It's done. But I got there in the end. I found it.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, I remembered my mom finishing the game like 100%, and I couldn't. The one thing I got stuck on, I think I saw you play that part, was like a space race against the Martian. You need to climb up a mountain or sort, and you need to capture the flag. And I just could not do it.
And then you saw me find that shortcut, and I was like, doo-doo-doo!
Yeah, I tried weeks on end to do it without the shortcut, and I managed to get to a point where I just could, was so close to finishing first without the shortcut, and then my mom came in and she just took the shortcut, and I was like, no.
Waldo never spoke to his mum ever again. That was the end of that relationship. She was off the Christmas card list. But really exciting.
Yeah, and Andy got on it.
Yeah, I did, genuinely. I threw it away, Waldo, I'm not gonna lie. It's late January, mate. What did you want me to do? I recycled it, sorry. But let's go back to the basics of the game.
Yes.
Because I got some notes that I wrote down as I was playing through the game. Just some little ones, because I'm not a writer. I'm a improv kind of guy. I want to talk about what we said originally. Camera control.
Oh.
Because I saw you... Well, I don't want to spoil what happened in your game, but I saw you playing a little bit of Bugs Bunny to maybe just get a little bit of...
get a little bit familiar again with it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the feels.
And maybe you talk about the camera control then, because you experienced that firsthand.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to again, because I messed up big time as well in that game, but...
It took him like an hour to do the intro level. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No, not an hour. No, it wasn't an hour. Maybe 50 minutes. No, but like in normal games, in modern games, you're used to having the second analog stick as the camera control. Well, back at the PlayStation 1, most PlayStation 1 controllers didn't have dual analog sticks. So one thing already is that you need to move with the D-pads in a 3D game, which is already kind of weird. At least it feels weird. But then the camera controls. Okay, you got the D-pad for movement. Where do you got the camera controls? Well, on the triggers. So automatically the game focuses the camera behind Bugs Bunny. Mm-hmm. Most of the times.
I mean, that was useful. That was nice.
Yeah. That's the big part. Most of the times it goes behind the character. But sometimes it doesn't, and then you need to move it around. And you can do that by the, like I said, the triggers. But in my mind, it's just backwards as well.
Yeah.
I still don't know which one turns the camera which way. Every single time I turned the camera, I was like, oh, no, the other one. Oh, no, the other one. And there's then one part in the, like, tutorial level where you go underneath a hollowed out tree trunk. It's like laying down on the front. Like, it's fallen down and you go into a hole. But because the camera goes behind the character, as soon as you go under it, the camera is locked like behind the tree trunk and can't like move, so it just spins around. But you're still moving forward, so you go backwards, and then the camera turns around, and you just keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And you just you need to stop, and then back out, and then it works out. But yeah, it's something you need to work with in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I finished the game and I was still on the last level going, which button do I use? And always going the wrong way first, and then I wasn't angry at first, but by the end I was quite angry. I was quite angry indeed. I don't know if you want to get another clip again of me just absolutely raging it. Because I was not happy. I was not happy.
Yeah, I have to find out how we do it with the clips. Maybe I just like put some of the footage that we shot like in the background. We gotta find out, but if I can, I will include those clips indeed. Yeah,
love it. But I must say, I was really impressed at the beginning because, like, old games, you didn't used to get spoon-fed. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was a tutorial at the beginning of this. It's like, right, these are all the different abilities that you can use. That's it for the game. If you forget them in this tutorial, you've forgotten, mate. That's it. Like, we're not going to remind you what to do, like, at all. I mean, I didn't realise I could kill or damage enemies or break stuff with the roll. So I'm trying to...
it says it one time in the tutorial.
Exactly, and I didn't read that, because I'm not a reader. I don't read instructions, I just press stuff and see what happens.
You don't read, you don't write?
But I can drive a tractor. But, like, it is, like, one of those things where I did not know that I could damage it. So I'd, like, been struggling trying to kick enemies, and you'll know this, like, it's so difficult to, like, move and kick, because sometimes it'll move forward and carry on in the same direction whilst you're doing your kick animation, and then sometimes you'll just stand still and kick. So trying to get something that's moving around and you're chasing it, you end up trying to hit it like 5 times. But if you use the roll thing, you just go and just have them. Easy. Yeah. So the game, all of a sudden, from like halfway onwards, further, got even easier. I was like, yes, where was this in my entire life? But again, nice to not be spoon-fed. You've got to work it out yourself. It's nice. Games need that more nowadays.
Although, it does give you a few hints every now and then. So, oh, remember, you can pick up small rocks.
No, it only tells you that in like the first level. I know it took you so long to get past the first level, but it only reminds you in the first level that you go to.
Yeah, okay, but in my defense...
Insert tumbleweed.
In my defense... Okay, so I tried to pick up a rock in like the prehistoric area, and it tells me, okay, you can pick up a rock. I tried to do it. I'm like, okay, crunching down, and it didn't pick it up. I'm like, okay, crunch down, it didn't pick it up. I'm like, this is the animation that plays when you pick up a rock. And I'm like, why is it not picking up a rock? Well, apparently, the animation for like crouching and picking an item up, the start of the animation is exactly the same. So I was just crouching before a rock, like over and over, trying to pick it up instead of like pressing the actual button to... Yeah, I was basically teabagging a rock, yeah.
And then I came in your Twitch chat,
and Andy was looking, it's like, try R1. Like, oh, yeah. That works.
Oh god.
I feel stupid now.
It took you so long to finish that first level. It's a good job you weren't playing that game. Bloody hell. You'd be definitely doing a forfeit. Like, you just nothing were happening, mate. I was sat there, I nearly fell asleep. I was like, where's the content at?
Piss off.
But seriously though, this game, like, another thing that in the PS1 era of gaming, like, there was so many different like mechanics for one game. Like, people were just so imaginative. Obviously, like, a licensed game nowadays is 90% of the time gonna be trash.
Yeah.
You know
Unless
what I mean?
It might be a remaster or remake. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, the SpongeBob game that I played recently, the rehydrated
Battle for Bikini Bottom. Yeah.
was pretty good. The remake, pretty good. But then again, it's a remake, so it isn't entirely new.
But yeah, licensed games are 9 times out of 10 going to be rubbish. But a lot of the early ones, like the freedom that the developers kind of had and everything like that, like this game had so many unique moments. It's like the simple things, like the last level that I never completed because I couldn't find it, and then I found it, was the snowboarding. I was like, where did this come from? I'm racing Daffy Duck down hill. I'm like, alright, so this is a platform game, a racing game, because there's multiple, you do a car chase on it, you're riding a bike at one bit, like, you're doing on-foot races, you're doing... In fact, there's a really hard race towards the end of a game where you're on a scooter. And you have to, like, grab onto a pole, go all the way up, and you carry on going. It's quite a difficult race.
Like the Roaring 30s, right? What's that part?
What?
Like the 1930s, that era of the game.
Oh, no, the scooter race? No, the scooter one's in the Dimension X. It's, like, right at the end of the game. Really, really difficult race. Really, really difficult. But it was just so many different things. The only thing that I didn't really like around the different mechanics was like the power-ups that you got that Merle like taught you.
Hi, Merle.
Goodbye, Merle. Good. Let me save your position. I've just spat down myself. That was horrible.
The best thing is that he's called Merlin Monroe.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it.
He's incredible. Incredible. But like the power-ups I thought were a little bit annoying. Because it wasn't like a power-up, you know, like when you think Crash Bandicoot, you're like, say Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, you get, say, the running ability, you get the bazooka, and it's like you're using it live in the game. You can use that power-up at any point.
Yeah.
Double jump, for instance. These could only be used when you get on the little platforms. So they were just like kind of...
it's basically a key.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought they could have done much more with that. But I was like, there's already 1,000,001 mechanics in it, so kind of offset that a little bit. But there wasn't too much backtracking for the power-ups. But certain levels, I think there was 1 or 2, that were quite big levels. You'd get to the end of it, and you'd be like, oh, I needed to use this power-up, and this power-up. And then you'd just completely forget what power-ups you needed, and you go back in and be like, oh, I got that power-up now. And then you forgot another power-up, so you got to the level again.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise that you could just exit the level after you got everything you wanted. So you didn't have to complete the level.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Always played the entire level.
But most of the levels I did complete first try. And because the platforming, because obviously it was made...
a few things.
Yeah, it was obviously made for kids and stuff. So obviously big brain Andy, because he's not a child.
Of course.
Obviously.
Big man child.
I managed to sort it. It was fine. It was really good. Another thing to jump on is voice acting in a PS1 game. It was fully voice acted. Do you know what I mean?
And I think even by the original actors, most of them at least.
Yeah. And speaking of original, you know the loading screens in the game. I didn't actually know this until I actually Googled it. They are actual stills from the short films of Looney Tunes. There you go,
yeah.
Fun fact.
And did you even know that the very first interaction with Merle is almost 1-to-1 from one of the shorts?
Is it?
Yeah, so if I can find it, I will splice it in, but it's almost 1-to-1. That entire conversation between them with the magic trick, lighting his thumb on fire. That's actually one of the shorts.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I did not know that. Oh, there is one last thing that I did want to mention, actually. The soundtrack. I don't remember it. I played it.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I
remember the intro.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I couldn't sing it to you now, though.
Bugs Bunny lost its... Yeah, I don't know. No. Not even.
Do you,
I know,
zero?
Yeah, but to be fair, that ain't a bad thing per se. Because it didn't get on your nerves properly then.
It definitely fit the mood of each level, but to the point of I just don't remember it. I like to have a really good soundtrack in a game, like the game you played, Tomba. Okay. What an insane soundtrack! Yeah.
Also,
and you're gonna say it's annoying
for the game I'm gonna give you. Also, foreshadowing for the game I'm gonna give you. Has a great soundtrack. I listen to it every now and then, just out of nowhere. So
such a nerd, Waldo.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the game.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
I was gonna give it a rating. Are we doing a rating system?
Are we doing a rating system? Yeah, but okay, not a number. That's boring.
Yeah.
So what shall we do for a rating system?
I think we should tell people if they should play it or not. But I don't.
Yeah, but it's a yes or no.
What do you mean?
Well, should you play it yes or should you play it no? It's not really a rating.
Well, it depends. It might be don't play it, but listen to the soundtrack, which is definitely not the case for this game.
Which soundtrack?
Exactly. Oh, I think I remember it. Do 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 do. Ah, no, I've lost it. I could hear it in my head then, but Yeah, I know.
As soon as you try to mouth it, it's gone.
You know all about mouthing it. But yeah, I genuinely think this game, if you are not even a fan of Looney Tunes, if you just want a game to casually play that your stream might get involved with and stuff like that, it's a very like mindless game. There's not a lot of thinking involved.
Yeah.
Really, really good. It's straight to the point. A lot of different mechanics, like we said. So I would definitely tell people to play it, like stream it. It's a nice, fun one.
Good, yeah.
But put your own music on.
Yeah. Can you turn off the music in the game? Because then it will be even better, because then you can just put your own music over it.
I'm not sure.
But maybe I'll have to look at it. I haven't seen that option, but yeah, I agree with you. It's a fun and like just
it's light-hearted,
you don't have to
isn't it?
like yeah, you can just hop in and play a bit. It's kind of annoying with the controls sometimes, but you get over it.
They worked with what they had at the time, which I think they were very creative around it. It's like I always say when I'm teaching people on YouTube and Twitch, is having creative limitations makes you be more creative because you try and find solutions. So, you know what? Yeah, fantastic era of gaming, full stop, of people just innovating left, right, and centre. So, yeah, give it a go.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Moyle!
Goodbye, Mal! Hey! Every single time you get hit. Hey!
Oh, man.
Oh, that sound effect is just ingrained into my mind.
That's just Waldo's bad at games.
Yeah. So,
speaking
about being
of
bad at games.
What a segue, Andy. Go on, you're good at this.
Oh, okay. So, you know what? Maybe I should like private my Twitter for the next coming 2 weeks, because people are gonna hate on me for this. Yeah. So Tomba, or Tombi in the PAL region, because fun fact, I looked up why it's called Tombi in like Europe. Because Tomba means grave in Italian.
Oh, does it?
So I'm gonna send this game to Tomba. Yeah. So Andy really enjoyed Tomba as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, how could you not? It's a beautiful game. It is a stunning game. Fun.
It is a good-looking game. But it's so unforgiving. Okay, to be fair, I'm not the greatest gamer alive. By a long shot. No, I'm not. But this
You're really
game,
selling your Twitch channel, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, if you want to see somebody fail at games miserably, I'm your man. Where to begin? Okay. So, I just feel this game, it's from an era where games were like less forgiving. You still got a little bit of the arcade times behind you, where you needed to pay a penny as often as possible, because that's how they make money. So they made games hard, because that's how they got more money. And that still was a thing at the early stages of like home consoles. So especially the NES and the SNES had some pretty difficult games. And it only turned around during like the N64 PlayStation 1 era. And this is definitely one of the games that is still a little bit more on the somewhat more difficult side. It looks like a kid's game.
Because it is.
It is, but also...
Before we go any further, I just want to say, I played this game, and I loved it, and I'm amazing at it. I never finished it, but that's because I have the attention span of a potato. Like,
No, you were bad at it as well.
No. I never had any of this game over shenanigans or anything like that. Fire away. Go, Waldo. I just want to put that out there for the audience that what Waldo's about to say, take with a pinch of salt because he's an idiot. And his wife, well, I don't know. They're not married yet. I don't know how he's not doing that because he's definitely punching. Like, his fiancée even agreed. She even slid into my DMs to tell me how stupid you are. Fact.
Oh, okay. Okay, but I have a feeling that this game is kind of unbalanced. Because at some point there are platforming sections which are way too easy. You can just... like the enemies in some platforming sections are just annoying and that's it. They're there, you can even jump over them. You don't have to deal with them. But then you go to like the next section and it's really unforgiving.
By unforgiving, do you mean when I was seeing you do the Haunted Mansion bit and I saw you a million times jump over an enemy into another enemy at the same point? There was like a bird at the bottom where an egg was. There was a bird, and then just over the platform there was like just a little plant that's going to eat you. And I must have seen you jump that gap over the bird into the plant like 6 times. And I only watched you for like less than an hour.
That was my fault.
Exactly. Like, this is what I mean.
That was my fault.
I can't trust you, Waldo.
If you got the lava cave, in there, the enemies just spawn out of nowhere.
Is that where you've got the grapple?
Yeah.
The lava cave, yeah.
They just spawn in the air, and then sometimes you hop onto a platform, and then almost as soon as you are going to grab the platform, an enemy spawns, and you're getting hit mid-air without that enemy being there before, and then you fall down, and you need to start over. But the problem that I had at that stage is I saved the game while I was really low on levels. So, as soon as I got hit, I basically needed to reload my game, because otherwise it would have gone game over.
Which
and there aren't
happened,
that many...
right?
That happened, yeah.
How far did you get?
The first time it happened, the first time I got game over, I was like, oh, I just started at the beginning, but I still got everything that I did. Because modern games, that's how it works nowadays. Most of the time.
Because we're spoon-fed.
I forgot. Well, that's not really spoon-feeding. It's more... It's a little bit more forgiving. I like to play games, just enjoy a story and... Oh, maybe, yeah, but...
It's like a baby.
Nice. Like
it's coming in.
Here comes the plane. But yeah, I had to do, like... I think it was at the section where you need to find all the dwarves.
Oh my god.
It's like in the beginning of the game there's a quest and you need to find all the dwarves. I did that and then I did I think 2 other quests and then I died. I was like, oh, okay, fine. I'll just get like a few lives again and I can go on with the show. No, you're like forced back to your lost save and that's it. So I needed to do those quests again. Luckily, I now knew where the dwarves were, because, man, I've been stuck looking for one of the dwarves. It took me so long to find them. And the thing is, the game... I miss hints in the game. Like, some of the hints that I missed were on me. But sometimes it just... No. You get a NPC that gives you a quest... And almost every single NPC gives you a quest. It's almost impossible to remember all of them. And then you go into your event section, your quest section, and then you see the quest. It's the title, and you click on it, and it doesn't tell you anything.
It's
you
just like
basically have to go back to the NPC to figure out what the quest was again.
You're like, and all it says on the thing is, "I'm hungry."
Yeah.
Who's hungry?
I have food. Who is hungry? And by the way, I had food with me. But he didn't want my cheese. I don't know what you... If you're hungry, take the cheese.
Maybe he's lactose intolerant.
It's food. I also had a fruit basket. He didn't want the fruit basket.
Right. That's just how it is.
Well, I tried to use the fruit basket, but then I ate it myself.
You should have got him McDonald's. He would have been sorted.
I couldn't find a McDonald's in the game.
Mate.
Because the map is kind of confusing for me because so most of the time it's a 2D platformer, right? You go from left to right, but then you got sections like the Haunted Mansion when you turn around, where you go in all directions, but you're always seeing it from like left to right. But even though the map also goes like from the north to the south or south to north. So it's like, but I'm going that way, but I'm actually going north, and I just couldn't figure out where I was in the world.
He was just overthinking it. You're overthinking it. You just need to just forget about directions. Just remember what a place looks like a real adventurer would. We don't need maps. We just adventure.
That is one of the things I do in games. I overthink things, and it just goes horribly wrong.
It's like when you make stuff for stream up, you're like, oh, I don't know, what do you think to this? I'm overthinking it. Like, you're a perfectionist, Waldo. You're a perfectionist.
Yeah. Yeah, but I must say, the game looks great.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful game.
I think it still lives up to today's graphics. I think it, has grown so well.
You could release it nowadays. Maybe, update the resolution a little bit more detail.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to change a lot. It's a good-looking game. The only thing that kind of got to me was Tomba itself. All the characters have well-defined features, but at Tomba he's only a head with eyes. There's no nose, there's no mouth, only when he's laughing. So maybe. Oh man, that's so annoying. You can eat mushrooms, and that will make you either cry or laugh. But it also just
don't do mushrooms,
nowhere,
kids.
You start laughing. Avoid mushrooms, yes. So out of nowhere, you just start laughing.
It is genuinely like that as well, isn't it?
I could not for the life figure out how to get rid of the laugh. I tried to eat other mushrooms, but then I started crying, and I'm like, oh, shoot. I need the other one, but then I started laughing again. The only way I knew how to get rid of the laugh or crying was just to die. But I had no life anymore. So I was stuck.
So Waldo was really happy all the time.
Or I was crying, but most times I preferred the laugh over the crying. But yeah, it's like his face kind of creeped me out just because it was only eyes. I don't know if you have taken a good look at him. No. It's just a face with eyes. That's it.
No.
And then indeed, as he got the animations when he's crying or laughing, then he got a face and a mouth, or like a mouth and a nose.
See, this is the thing. You're overthinking it. It don't matter what he looks like. Why are you bringing him down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no. But all the other characters are well defined, like the normal sprites. Oh. Only Tomba not. Even though that's the one you're always looking at.
I don't know.
I mean, the other way around would have been like, I would have expected that more to be the other way around.
Old school gaming.
I do like a lot of the sections. Like the lava cave did actually look pretty good, but there was one section I mentioned it before. It was the Haunted Mansion, right? how is that a haunted mansion? That's not a haunted mansion. That's just a hill. It's more like if the Shire from Lord of the Rings just had a Halloween party.
It's a mansion.
And it was the day after.
There's loads of different doors.
It's a hill.
You don't know the universe of Tomba.
It's the Shire.
Nah, man.
It's the Shire. Hobbits live there.
Yeah, just because it's covered in grass. Well, if you would have actually finished the game, you would have seen how it would have changed as well. Just saying.
Yeah, but I didn't finish the game. The game finished me.
That's what Judy said.
Yeah.
Oh, do.
Yeah, Judy actually got some of the hints of the NPCs.
Yeah, because she's not an idiot.
Like, yeah, what if you try this? I'm like, yeah, I'm...
Even when you were in the haunted mansion and there's a big door with a laughing face on it, and I was like, oh, it'd be funny if you were just laughing, and you were like, oh yeah.
The stupidest thing is, that did cross my mind earlier. I was like, no, that's not it.
Rookie.
Great.
You're very good with abilities, aren't you, Waldo?
Well, I didn't know you could get an ability that makes the game like 10 times easier at the start of the game. So, I've been playing this game without the animal dash for 6 hours straight.
Oh, God. I was like, why are you not running, Waldo?
Try running. I'm like, I can't run. I'm pressing the button. But then again, I was like, inside of, like, a town, you can run by pressing square. So I was trying to press square outside of a town. And nothing changed. I was like, am I going faster? I don't know. So basically there's a,
Right, can I just interject here what happens at the beginning of the game? Okay, so at the beginning of the game, you just land and there's an old bloke that just talks to you. I don't think he's an old bloke, but he's got a big hat on, so I'm guessing he's old, because he's wise. And he greets you into the game and all that jazz, and then you start running right, and then you literally take about 6 steps, and then the camera freezes. And you see a little monkey jump back up into a tree. Like, you can't do anything. All the HUD disappears, so you know it's like some sort of cutscenes going on. So you're like, oh, you can see he's just jumped into that tree. I'm going to go and have a look what he's doing. No, Waldo, you just ignored him. Just carried on.
I got into the tree, and I grabbed the apple that was in there.
What about the monkey? Did you go and see the monkey?
No, because I couldn't get to the monkey.
The game literally
I don't know why.
Go see the monkey. And you were just like, nah, it's alright, I'll just get the apple. Is that not what happened?
It wasn't clear to me there was a branch you could swing off in the inside of the tree.
You literally can't see it.
I could not see it.
You can literally see it.
I could see the monkey, but I couldn't see the branch.
Yeah, you can see the branch.
No.
Just like you didn't see the monkey go in the tree. Like, you just ignored that. Like, that didn't exist. That didn't happen.
I think, oh yeah, just a monkey.
And you would have got Animal Dash.
6 hours before I actually did.
Yep. You might have completed the game.
Yeah. Because, you know what? The boss fights were easy. Eventually I did one boss fight. I think there's 7 boss fights because there's 7 evil pigs.
Yeah.
And I did the first boss fight, was like the green one inside of the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
That fight lasted me for, now, maximum 30 seconds. And that was right after I died hundreds and hundreds of times going through, like, the lava cave. I'm like, no, wait, after that I went to the lava cave and died 100 of times. I'm like, why is this boss fight so freaking easy? I had so much trouble with, like, a lot of the, like, some of the sections in the game with, like, platforming, especially the lava cave. I'm like, how was this boss fight so easy? I jumped up, I jumped on him, I threw him in the back, and done. I thought I got into the bag, and okay, that's stage 1. Like, he goes out of the bag, you can't kill me, because before that, he had such, like, he had a big mouth. Hey, you're not gonna grab me. Who do you think you are? So I was like, okay, I got him in the back. I need to do it at least 2 times after this. So he bounced around. I'm like, okay, he's gonna jump out because he's bouncing around. No, that was it. I was like, what is this kind of joke? Like, I had so much trouble with the game, and then I come to the boss fight. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prepare for this. I can do this. And then 30 seconds later, I was done. I was like, what is this kind of sick joke?
Mate, honestly, I do agree with you there. I remember the boss fights. But, like, they could have done so much more, because you've got the blackjack, haven't you, that you use to swing around and hit. So it's like you could have done stuff with that to weaken him, maybe. But, like, rather than giving him the same, animation or the way that you kill enemies in that game by jumping on them, like, giving him that same mechanic, like, could have done something different. And then, like, you got to tire him out so you can grab him. But, yeah, they must have just been like, just grab him, it's alright.
Yeah. Like, you do the same thing you do with all the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it's the same for every single boss, even including the final boss.
Oh, wow. So, you did all of the game, and then you have one final challenge. And that's just to throw another pig in the bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the challenge is in the platforming. Like, I'm gonna...
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And finding out the quests.
Yeah.
Because some of them are kinda obscure.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, there are also quests which are pretty straightforward. I also had a lot of quests where I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to go to that one and give this.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of quests which are indeed just pretty straightforward. But also quests where it's like, what am I supposed to do here? But then again, it's probably a matter of just talking to everybody, going everywhere, grabbing everything. And I was like, okay, I want to finish this game. I'm going to quick. But then you also miss quite a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which was probably important for some of the quests.
Mm-hmm. See, it's a memory game, Waldo.
Yeah, but I got a memory of a teaspoon.
In fact, your teaspoon's probably got better memory than you, because you probably can still see the coffee ring on it. Do you know what I mean? So it's got a good memory of the coffee that went in there. Just saying.
Yeah. By the way, you said that Bugs Bunny didn't have any memorable music.
Yeah.
This game has some great tunes.
Bangers. I'd say, again, another game that you could just listen to at any point. Incredible.
Except Bucker's Village. There's a village in the middle of the map with, like, mouse people. That tune kind of got on my nerves. But that was the only tune I was like, How did it go? I can't really remember. But it was you had like a quiet section and then a melody that was like pretty repetitive, and then on a loop. So if I can find it, I will probably put it on the here as a soundtrack maybe. But there was like one section in the game, like you're at the old man's house. I know this music. Like I was like, I remembered it. I never played this game. I was like, I remember this. And then turns out it is the music that Kadikarus, a YouTuber from the UK, which makes videos about video games. He uses that soundtrack for the old man's house. He uses that in all his top 10 videos. It's like,
I think you'll find a lot of YouTubers use the Tomba music. Yeah, you've got the Great Beginnings, I think the actual track's called, I can't remember. Dun 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 dun. Oh mate, it's so good. Like there's so many YouTubers. I honestly was going to put it in mine because it is like a soundtrack that I remember forever. But I guess that's why they do it. But I didn't. I just use them copyright free still.
And like especially the old man room, it is memorable, but it's not too out there.
Yeah, it's quite soft, isn't it?
Quiet background piece. Yeah, so it's pretty good background track. But yeah, the only thing I didn't like with the music was Bacchus Village. That was just getting on my nerves.
You didn't even get through to any other levels, man.
Of the game.
You missed so much of the soundtrack.
I just got stuck there.
Loser.
I missed a lot of the soundtrack. Yeah. Although I don't think I'm gonna give the game another try.
I'll do it for you. I'll do it justice. I'll play it.
Good.
Twitch.tv/@Nilipi.
You do that.
And tell us Waldo sent you.
If I would like remake this game, like if I were in charge of the remaster, like I said, graphics-wise, nothing much have to change. Maybe like higher resolution textures, but not much have to change in that regard. What I would change is like the quest system. Modernize it a bit, tell you who gave you the quest and where on the map that quest was given, and maybe a little bit more of a hint.
See, my issue with that though, Waldo, to just like swaz in, like it's like when you play, say, an MMO, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, or something like that, like where it's just like, right, go to this location. Like, there's no thought process. You're not going on a quest. You're just going to from A to B. But you're a glorified truck driver.
I mean, I don't mean say, oh, go to this location to solve the quest. More like, this is the location where you got the quest. This is the person that gave you it.
Yeah.
Like, that is all missing. You only have the title of the quest, basically, and a adventurer is missing his treasure.
Well, go and find it, Waldo. Go and find the treasure.
Yeah, but I don't even remember who lost his treasure.
It don't matter whose treasure it is. You just go and find the treasure, Waldo. X marks the spot, bro. Please comment and let us know whose side you're on here, guys.
But yeah, it's just I never really played RPGs as besides Pokemon, and I don't really regard Pokemon actually as an RPG.
It's an like auto-scroller.
And maybe that's it. I'm not an RPG guy, and I went into this game of it's a platformer, but it's for me it sides more with the RPG side of games than with the platformer side of games.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where like it went wrong for me.
I'm so disappointed. Come on then, Waldo, what's your verdict?
My verdict? Oh boy.
Because mine's going to be complete opposite.
Yeah, okay. No, not complete opposite. I want to preface this by... There are some cutscenes in the game which are like fully animated. Like if it's a cartoon.
It genuinely looks like a really good cartoon as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. If this was a cartoon when I was younger, and it was on like kids television, I probably would have played the game, because those cutscenes, it looked like a really fun cartoon that I never had the chance to see. So if that was the case, I would probably have given this game a go as a kid. But nowadays, I don't think this is a game for me. So I would not recommend to finish it, but I think people should give it a shot to see if it's something for them. But if it's not for you,
Don't force it.
Leave it.
Yeah, don't force it.
Yeah, don't force it. Like if I didn't play it for this podcast, I would have dropped it earlier.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen you so angry.
I did play 3 streams. Yeah. So.
So
I'm
this
sorry,
is the section
that's my,
where we need to ask you guys of a forfeit for Waldo because he didn't finish the game. So if anybody's got any ideas of forfeits, I would love to hear them.
Why do you think I'm giving you the game that I'm gonna give you in a moment?
Yeah. Right, should we talk about the next games in which we are giving each other, because obviously this is the kind of short section towards the end of the podcast where we give each other the game that we're going to be playing for the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's really exciting. I have chosen one. Again, I'll go, because like, I'm sick of hearing you talk. Yeah. Because everything you're saying is so negative, Waldo, and I'm tired of it. I want to hear something positive for once. Okay. The game.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? I'm not wrong. And I swear, if you rip into this game like you ripped into that one, I'm gonna rip into you. And you know I'm coming to visit you in May, so I will smash you up. Again, this game is a demo that I absolutely hammered. It's a PS1 game. If it's on a demo disc, you know it's a PS1 game. Got it in a magazine, don't remember which one of the PlayStation ones. Just how it is. And this game, I played the same level over and over and over and over and over and over again, just exactly like I did Bugs Bunny. Never finished it again. So this might be a game that I might play myself at some point. Twitch.tv/Andi Lippy. Oh my god, segues. And this basically is a glorified firefighting game. If anybody has played this before, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's quite obscure, but the reviews of the game is amazing. September the 1st, 1997 is when it came out. This is a single-player game called Rosco McQueen Firefighter Extreme. You could not get a more fire title. It is literally insane. Rosco McQueen Firefighter Extreme.
Firefighting Extreme. Woo! Yeah, you got to me with that title. I was like, what kind of obscure game is Andy coming up with now?
Honestly, when I added this to my list originally when we were first talking about doing this podcast, I was like, oh my days. I even had to go on YouTube and just watch a little video of the game. There's loads of like witty one-liners in it from what I remember. Again, I was a child. How old was I? In 1997, it would have been a demo disc, so what? It would have been 97 or 98 probably. So I was what? We're talking 5-6 years old.
5-6 years, yeah.
Oh my days. So I remember it just being really witty one-liners. Basically, all you gotta do is put out the fires. You're in I think it's a hotel. It's a giant skyscraper, so the levels are done by levels. But obviously, me only doing the demo disc, it was only a single level that we did, or I think there was maybe 2. So you've got to go through, there's collectibles, but there's a lot of things that you've got to think about. It's almost puzzle-like, because you've got to check how much water you've got for certain sections. I think there's robots and stuff that come at you. This is just coming to me here, that I'm trying to picture it in my head. You've got to rescue people as well, so that's almost like your collectible, but then it'll tell you how many people you left behind, I think, or something like that, and I'm just like, damn, they died. I think you'll love it. I think you will love this game. But then again, I don't know, you might find it really difficult, because we know how Tomba went.
You said
that
about Tomba as well. You said I would love that as well, so... But I've never heard of this game, so I'm actually going in blank. I never even like saw any footage of it. Like Tomba, I knew existed. Like it's basically a cult classic nowadays. It's just people talk about it all the time. So I knew of the existence of Tomba, but this one I never heard of.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh, yeah, you've got an axe as well. I've just seen a screenshot. I need to I need to stop it. I'm spoiling it. You got an axe and you got to go through doors and stuff. But then you get different axes, I think, or something like that. You'll love it anyway. For anybody as well, make sure you do play along and let us know if you remember Rosco McQueen Firefighter Extreme. What an incredible name!
That title just sells it.
It rhymes, so you know it's going to be a banger. It rhymes. McQueen Extreme.
It has to be.
Oh,
there's no other way.
Oh.
All right, I'll make sure I get my hands on a copy.
Yeah. Arr!
All right. Well, for you, my friends, I got a game from my childhood. It's from a genre that I normally don't really play. It's a point-and-click adventure game. So you got some puzzles. So hopefully you also get stuck on some. So I got some payback. It is a game called The Neverhood. And it's a point-and-click adventure game completely made out of claymation.
Claymation?
So the entire game... Claymation. So the entire game is made out of clay. And they actually built the model for this entire world and put a camera inside of it and just took pictures. It is like the most creative game that I played like in my childhood.
What?
It is insane. And the best thing of this game is the soundtrack.
Yeah?
It is by Terry Scott Taylor. It's absolutely absurdistic AF. It makes zero sense. But every single like song on that album is an absolute banger. It is, like I said, it's weird AF. It doesn't make any sense, but they all slap.
You don't need games to make sense anymore. It's overrated.
No. Yeah. So if you are lucky, if you're being able to solve the puzzles pretty fast, I think it's around 7 hours. I can help you a little bit. I know the puzzles by heart. I played this game over and over again.
Although I didn't ask for your help. Like, it's not like you're gonna rock up to the stream like I rocked up to yours when you were playing Tomba, and you were just like, your face was just blank. There was nothing happening. I'm like, press the button, laugh in front of the door. You know, the big smiling face. Just do it. Do you know what I mean? Right.
Okay, the puzzles in this game make sense.
If you did it as a kid, I'm sure I can do it.
It took me a long time as a kid.
Did you run to mummy? Did you run to mummy?
No. I just played this game over and over again, and I just started to remember the puzzles, and yeah, I just got like one puzzle I did, and then I got further into the game, and then I played the game over. Like I played the game over again with the same puzzle, and then I got a little bit further, and then I got stuck, and then I played the game over, and that's how I eventually finished the game.
So with it being all like claymation, because the only point-and-click game that I think I've ever really played is Myst.
Yeah.
But that's a first-person perspective point-and-click.
Yeah.
Is this more like...
think Myst.
Yeah.
Think Myst, but then clay. Everything is made out of clay, and you're actually seeing a lot of it from the first-person perspective, where you go through the world, which is made out of clay, and then there are sections which are like side-scroller, where you got the character Clayman, which is just standing in the middle, and you just click around.
Yeah. Myst was really hard. Is it as hard as Myst?
No.
That's alright.
It's easier than Myst.
Because Myst ruined me. It also gave me nightmares because it was freaking scary, that game.
I never played Myst.
Ah, it's on the list. It rhymes. It's gonna happen. Mist is on the list. Rosco McQueen Firefighter Extreme. List is on the mist. I mean, mist is list are words. It's coming to an album near you.
So yeah, it's that's my game for you.
I'm quite excited.
Earth from Jim?
I do.
Yeah, so the creator
There's some games I've never played.
Like Clay. Oh, but the creator of Earthworm Jim is also the creator of this game.
Oh, is it going to be very apparent when I start playing it?
No, not really. But there's some like similarity in the art style, even though this is clay and that is like drawn. But there's some similarities.
Nice. I can't wait to have a little look at that. I might play that today.
Nice.
Well, it's not today on the podcast. I need to refrain from using dates and times.
Yeah.
Because this would have been...
You might have played it last week.
Shut up, Waldo. We might have to change this because it's confusing.
Yeah. Maybe we should just do it live and then people know which game we're going to play. And then it makes sense when we're like randomly playing an old game on Twitch.
Yeah, maybe let's do it live. Do you guys want to see this show live? And then you could always edit it for the actual... Yeah, you'd be alright. Oh, God. Yep. I don't know. I don't know what would work. Let's just see how it goes. But I think that's it for this week's episode. It's been an absolute pleasure again. Yeah. I'm really sorry that I ruined Tomba for everybody. I
ruined it.
Well, I brought it to the table. Like, I shouldn't have brought it to the table if I knew what kind of man you were. I was like, oh, let's start him on an absolute banger. He'll love it. We're all amazing. Yeah, and then look what's happened. No. This podcast is absolutely in the bin already. Into it. Right, stay. I hope you do get some hate mail. Send it to Waldo at waldoandfriends.tv. Is that your email?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Hello at waldoandfriends.tv, yeah.
Send your hate mail there, guys. That reminds me, we need to come up with a Twitter hashtag, and we also need to come up with an email address so people can write into us for these podcasts, because obviously there isn't really comments on podcast platforms, right?
Well,
or is there?
For now they can, I think for now they can just react to the Twitter post where we say, okay, the episode is out. I think that for now that's maybe the easiest part.
Yep, love that.
The easiest way.
So make sure you do get involved and help choose our decisions and whatnot. So we'll see you then. I can't wait. It'll be fun. Remember, you can visit me on Twitch to watch me play all these live at twitch.tv/Andi Lippy. That's probably ingrained into your brains right now.
Yep. And for me, that is twitch.tv/WaldoandFriends, where I will be playing Rosco McQueen Firefighting Machine? No. Andy, you alive? I think he died.
Extreme!
Oh, Extreme. That's it.
I feel like we should do an intro video for it and make it sound like, you know, one of them 90s commercials for kids for like a sour sweet or something and be like, Rosco McQueen, Firefighter Extreme! Ah! That's right, he's the only firefighter machine in the right town. It's Extreme, bro. Yes, we need that. Sample that for next week. Right, bye!
Bye!
Love you!